Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Good evening. I'm channeling my guest right now. My guest tonight is the great Lonnie Love, hostess with the mostest, author, as well as comedian. And I'm so excited that she is joining in tonight. We need to have a good conversation, good girl conversation, good conversation about life. Right now everything is just so heavy, and I'm just in need of my Lonnie Love. And this is a moment in time that we all need each other. And it's been a tough day. It's been a tough day. It's been a really tough day for me. It's been a tough couple of days for me. And I'm just really trying to make it all work. And Lonnie, I know you waiting. Come on, I can't see you. I'm waiting for you, Lonnie Love. So have you been watching The Real? Lonnie Love is amazing. And I'm going to tell you a little secret. When I was on The Real, Lonnie got me on The Real. And I had the best time of my life. Lonnie is everything and more. She believes in people. She believes in us. And I'm just really excited. And Lonnie, I need you to come on. She said she was ready. Do I need to call you, Lonnie Love? Where's my phone? Let me see if I need to call her. Let me see if I need to call Lonnie Love and get her on here. Let me see. She knows how to do this. I'm talking and I'm just talking. So how was your day, everyone? How was your day? I look like I'm in the islands, don't I? Oh, goodness. There we are. She's... I'm feeling okay. I needed tonight. I needed
I
something.
was waiting on you.
Are we channeling one another? I hope mine doesn't fall and drop.
Girl, it won't. Don't worry.
Oh, mine will. Mine, if not, I love your rap.
Thank you.
Yes. How are you doing? You look beautiful.
You too. You too. I appreciate you, April, and everything that you do, and just to see your growth and how you represent us so eloquently and articulate, and you don't embarrass us.
You know what? Before I went to the White House, my father did a prayer the morning that I drove off to the White House. He said, Lord, let her have her home training. The whole family was all together. Lord, we pray that she has a home training and doesn't embarrass us. I'm like, what? That's what a black parent would say when you go to the highest office and like, Lord, just don't let her embarrass her. But you know what?
It's not like when I went to the White House. You remember?
Woo, Jesus. Oh, that was then President Barack Obama's birthday. And this one right here, so I had this, you know what? I came across that picture. So I had this beautiful picture mounted. You're not supposed to, presidents are not supposed to accept any gifts over a certain amount of money. I
Right.
forgot how much it is. I think it's maybe 30 or whatever. Well, that was back then. I don't know what it is now. But anyway, so so what I did, I was creative. We were in Africa for the Africa tour, and I took a beautiful picture of President Obama while I was sitting in the press corps. And it was a beautiful picture. I got it framed and had a little plaque put on it saying that I took that picture, not Pete, Susan, anybody else. So I gave it to him for his birthday because we were having a roundtable discussion. So Lonnie sees that I give the president of the United States something. She said, Mr. President, come here. She pulls the man, shoves her book. Here's your present. I'll give you a present. I said, who is this woman? Papa, who this woman? Papa, who this woman? And the president was like, okay. She got her picture of her.
No, I didn't. I am still asking Pete for that. You know why? Because I was just handing him the no. I didn't want him to hold it because I know he couldn't endorse the book.
Right.
But he held it up. And that's why I can't get the picture because he held it up. And I didn't want him to hold it up. But then I was like, I already did enough. The president of the United States, I'm telling him, I'm giving him a book. I'm telling him to take a picture. I said, let me go sit down. But it all happened because of you, April, because you got up there and gave him a gift. And I was like, well, shoot, I'm going to go get my, let me
Well,
go get
damn
my
it, I've been at the White House for how many damn years? I'm there every day. And I felt like, I'm like this. It's like this for me. If I'm going to be in your house, because actually it's a museum, but they
Yes.
live there.
Yes.
If I'm going to be in your house on your birthday, you're hosting all of the Black people who were in the news at that table. I said, you know, I felt awkward. I said, he needs to get a gift. He needs something. You know, we were getting the little M&Ms, little M&M boxes, but I needed to give him a gift. Those M&M boxes are priceless, even though they're 20 some cents a box.
Right.
And I felt like I needed to give him, and then here she, Mr. President.
But I was sincere about it, though.
Him around. I was like, what the hell?
Oh, man, I'm surprised Secret Service didn't get me.
And there we go. You manhandled Barack Hussein Obama. I was like,
and then Roland Martin was there. Roland Martin was like, Lonnie, just sit down. Lonnie, sit down. I said, no, I just thought I was going to give him. But you know what? When I came and I sat down, I was so nervous because that was my first time.
You didn't act
ever.
Like it.
You went there. It was my first time. I talk about all about it in my new book. I talk about April.
I was getting ready to go there. I know.
It's in here. The whole story, the reason why we were there, all that kind of stuff.
Do you mention me in that damn book?
I mentioned you too. I sure do. That's why I got to send you a book because I said, oh, if it was for April Ryan.
We talking about the damn book, and I don't have a book, but I love it. I'm glad.
I'm sending them out this week. So I'm signing them. I'm sending them out. I'm asking people to pre-order. And it's just that's just one of many stories. Because you could have never told me first we would have the first Black president. Two, that I would actually sit down and meet him. No, that ain't nothing but God. That's what I'm trying to tell people.
For little Black girls like you and me, who come from real life. I mean, real life. I'm in Baltimore now, and you from the D?
The projects. And
let me say this, and that's why, and I get why. So anytime I'm around, like, I just watch her because she's a trip. So, you know, and I get why you get so excited. At Essence, when Diana Ross was up there, honey, Diana Ross was twirling. Lonnie was on the front row twirling. I was like, who this woman? Because you know from whence you come, and you know life ain't been no crystal stair.
Oh, it hasn't. But somebody like Diana Ross, who grew up in the same projects that I grew up in, to be able to sit there, also work with her daughter, Tracy Ellis Ross, to sit there and see this icon still singing and inspiration. I talk about that too. It's something I never dreamed of.
Did you mention me there? You and Roland were dancing in front of Diana Ross. I was like, Papa, who these two people? I was like,
let me tell you something. Life is short, April Ryan. Anybody out there, let me tell y'all see life is short. So you better enjoy it. See, y'all was laughing at me, but I dance and I have joy in my heart when I can, because like I didn't know this pandemic was gonna happen, because I'm supposed to be somewhere over in Africa right now, but I'm not.
I'm supposed to be in Paris next week. I'm supposed to be in Paris with my first trip ever to Paris with my kids, and we were doing a book event. I was supposed to be. It was a book retreat. And the company that invited me, and I'm going to tell you guys before we go any further, buy your book through this company. It is Mahogany Books online. They're a Black-owned book company that reports to the New York Times bestsellers list. I know how to crack the code, so that's why I'm saying it.
Okay, Mahogany, that's what I needed to know.
That's Hoppo. Who this woman? That's April Ryan. Hoppo, who this woman? That's April Ryan. So, no, but I'm serious. So I was supposed to be there. Mahogany Books wanted me to go with them to Paris to do this book retreat. And I was going to take the girls. And this happened. And it is crazy because Dr. Sanjay Gupta said this when we were at the White House, maybe it was early on in March. Mm-hmm. And I said, I'm going to Paris. And he said this in March. He said, did you already buy your ticket? I said, no. He said, I canceled that trip. He said that then. Mm-hmm. He said that. And that's why my butt is sitting here.
Let me tell you. I was in March. I did something because we thought Essence Festival, because I was the first female MC, and they asked me again to MC.
Yes, they did. I was there both times.
I was there doing press for Essence Festival. And then I had to go do a live comedy club in Charlotte. I have a friend that works for the CDC. When I got to Charlotte, there was one case that happened. So the comedy club said, you know what? We're not going to do the show. It's like, we're not going to do the shows this weekend. My friend from the CDC called me and said, you better get on a plane. Because at the time, they had a plan, from what he told me, to ground the planes. And I was like, I got to get, because what we're trying to do was stop everything. It did not happen. It did not happen, and everybody knows. But he told me, he said, get on a plane. And so I got on a plane. The minute it's like I got into Charlotte, got in the hotel. They had one case of corona. They canceled it. So I went and got me a plane that night, got on a plane that night to get home, because I was stuck in 9/11. See, people don't remember it. 9/11, they grounded all the planes. Remember that? I was stuck in Seattle, and I had to get me a car and drive all the way back to LA. And I was like, I don't want to get stuck on and have to, drive by myself, because, I get in a car and drive. But when the planes are grounded, that's the only thing that you can do is try to rent. So it was just a scary time. This whole thing is like a dream to me, April. It's so much happening. To live in a pandemic, this is historic.
It's not just historic, but it's like it's mind altering and life changing. And you're telling your story there, but for the grace of God, you and I are okay, because you're saying you had one case. I was traveling. I went to Phoenix, Arizona, and then I was March 11th and March 12th. I left March 12th from New Orleans. And New Orleans was a hot spot then, and I didn't know it.
But, okay, April, did you feel a little sick, though? Did you ever feel a little tingy? You never felt, did you have stuff?
I'm going to punch you in the face. Hop on who this woman. No, I didn't, but but I did. But look.
You wasn't sniffling? You wasn't sniffling?
No.
Okay.
What? What about you? What about
you? I'm telling you that, April, because I felt a little something. When I got back to Los Angeles,
did you have
I was so tired. Fever? I was tired. But see, remember, I was in New York. I was in New York for a week, and we was all surrounded. And
were you
I was
sick? Were you tired? Did you have fever? What?
I was tired. I had chills. I had all kinds, but we ain't had no tests. So you know what I did? I talked to some people. They said, take you some castor oil. They said, get that ginseng, get that cayenne pepper, get that ginger, get that turmeric. And it took me a week. I was scared, because I was like, I know I get, how you get, now you get a scratchy throat. I got corona. I know I got.
Girl, if we look, it's allergy season. We sneeze right here. Oh, coronavirus. We sound like Cardi B. Coronavirus. Oh my God.
If I get cold, anything. So, but what I did was I really got rest. I really, and I don't know if I had it, because there was no test at the time.
And
there's still no test.
That's the point. And those numbers that they're saying, oh, we're reaching 100,000 deaths, and how many cases, those are just the cases that are confirmed.
Yeah.
So, and I honestly didn't feel any. I've got a kit over here. If we start feeling, we are fortified with vitamin C, zinc, and we've got, apple cider vinegar. We even got the fire cider, the apple cider vinegar with the cayenne and all the turmeric and all that stuff. I take a shot of that, and I don't even drink. I'm like, my tongue, like, it tastes like fish. I said, but this fish is good. It's going to keep you healthy. So, but we've got everything. We've got the little thing for the oxygenator. The thing for the finger to make sure our oxygen level is right. We've got
take your temperature. We got
the temperature. Yes, we got the thermometer. We've got a whole kit. I'm not playing here, because I'm one of those who has underlying issues. Someone says CMOS, but I'm so glad that you're well.
CMOS is good too. That CMOS will clean you out.
When you get, but okay, we're talking about pulling it out the system, but it stays in your lungs and up in here and stuff. So
yeah, but that's why you get, to me, I mean, look, I ain't no doctor, so don't y'all, we're just saying build up your immune system to fight the virus. That's the whole thing. So when you get all that, to me, you get all that ginger and cayenne up in here, and it just go, we can't, it won't stick. It won't stick. They don't tell you that on CNN. Ask Gupta.
What? Dr. Gupta.
Dr. Gupta. And wrap your neck up. See, there's a lot of y'all be walking outside. Put that mask on. Don't listen to people.
Put your mask on your mouth and nose. No, put it on your mouth and nose. I see people, where's my mask? I see people walking around here like this. I'm
like this. I'm like, the mask ain't gonna do nothing.
I had a woman Saturday. I went to, I'm in Baltimore. I went to get some crabs over the weekend. Grabbed my boyfriend, said, let's go get some crabs. And the chick, I said, Miss, she said, God blesses me. I said, okay, yeah. I said, I tithe and I go to church too. But God blesses me. And I said, oh, and she called me Satan. And I was like, I said, okay. I said, I'm going to pray for you, sister. And I moved on. But that's a whole, girl.
See, that's why I stay inside. I stay inside as much as I can.
Because everybody's not paying attention. They don't care about themselves. They're not going to care about
They
you.
don't even watch the news. They don't even watch the news. It's a pandemic. It's a contagious. I'm sorry, because
I like your eye. I like her eye makeup is real hot.
You know, it took me a while to put this on. When we talk about fighting, I was struggling to get this on. I was struggling, and it's still. You see how I started going.
I learned in the pandemic how to do it. So when y'all see me on CNN now, you're like, oh, she does her own makeup much better. Yes, practice.
You know, they hurt my makeup artist feelings. They said, Lonnie, you look so much better in quarantine.
Now those makeup artists did wonders because, girl, I was looking fly. I was feeling good, but I was on the real hey.
I know, but sometimes it be rough. We all we each have a personal. And I believe my personal, he just be tired sometimes. My personal makeup, he be tired because I'm like, ooh. I do like, ooh, it's way too much highlighter. But, we work it out. So,
So listen, going back to the Obama affair, not the Obama issue, when she met President Obama. I was there when Lonnie Love literally manhandled the president to give her book to the president. What was the name of that book? It's true. It was the truth. I was there.
That was my first book.
What's the name of that book?
God. Don't Get Stuck with the Tab.
Okay.
I'm too busy selling this one.
I know, right? So that was her first book. Now we're on to, what number is this?
This is just a second. Ooh, okay. You know how long it takes to write a book? You are a journalist.
Years. My first book was 17 years. The second one was 6 months, and the third one was 6 months. And the last one,
you got 3?
Yes, honey.
Oh,
I got street cred. That's right. And look, Lonnie, I wrote the book. People
we're getting stuck. The goal is getting stuck. Okay.
People tell me, why didn't you get a ghostwriter? I said, because I'm writing my own story, my narrative.
It's love him or leave him, but don't get stuck with the tab.
So talk to me. Love him or leave him, but don't get stuck with the tab.
It was a dating advice comedy book. Dating advice comedy book. This one is a memoir. This one is more of me because I needed people to understand where I came from. Because some people, they just found out about me from the real. Honey, I've been working before the real a long time and gonna be working after the real a long time, God willing. So I needed to give people something so that they can understand where I came from, but also understand how I, got out of the projects, how I didn't get on drugs, how I became an engineer, how I didn't get married, how I was homeless at times. And it's really to show people that maybe if you don't have, the best life, it doesn't mean you can't have a life. Understand, if you don't have the best life, it doesn't mean you can't have a life. That's what this book is about.
So how does an engineer from the projects and the D decide to walk away from making it rain to be a comedian?
Because I'm not happy. I wasn't happy. Black people, we always talk, especially Black women, we always talk, you get that, good job with them dental benefits. You get dental benefits, you don't leave that job.
Wait a minute, I never heard of it. I just heard benefits, but they are specific dental benefits.
Dental benefits that will take out them wisdom teeth need. That's a good job. And then after that, it's like, well, then you're supposed to get a man, and then you're supposed to get married, then you're supposed to have kids and all this other kind of stuff. And I talk about it. I had all of that. But then there's something that happens that's revealed in the book. And so that's why I want women to understand that things will happen to you in your life. You have to make certain decisions. It's okay. Things will work out.
And and that's interesting. when you're young and you're looking at Diana Ross, you know, do you know where you're going to? You know, doing all that mahogany and
that was my Beyonce. Before Beyonce, it was Diana, the boss.
Mahogany, Billie Holiday, all of that stuff, Women, Lady Sings the Blues, and The Wiz. You know, growing up, you see all of that. You never think that could be you, but you still plot because of that generation. Our parents were like, we want you to be something.
Yeah.
We want you to do something. Go get a degree. Go get your education.
Yeah.
Because they can't take that paper away from you. But you tried to chart your course, and what happened? I mean, did it go beyond your expectations? Did the twists and turns go beyond your expectations, or did you feel like
April, money ain't everything? That's the whole point. To me, for some people, money is everything. But for me, it wasn't about money. It wasn't about having a good benefit, having that man, you know, it was more about my happiness. And I was really unhappy, but I didn't understand it. You know what I mean? I didn't understand it because I was trying to be everything to everybody else. I was trying to, you know, be things that I shouldn't have even been trying to consider. And so that's why I named the book I Tried to Change, because at the time I was trying to change. So, well, maybe if I do this, then I'll be happy. And maybe if I go over here and I do this, I'll be happy. And I wasn't. And so it really talks about the journey that I took to understand my flaws, to understand that everybody not going to like me, to understand that I might be big all my life. I don't know. But I had to understand that and accept that. And the thing that I really found out from the book is that when you embrace your flaws, you can improve on your flaws. Don't get me wrong. You can improve on your flaws. But sometimes when you embrace your flaws make you stand out so that you can go places that you never thought you would go. And that's why you saw me at the White House. I ain't know you.
I ain't know you.
I was always seeing you on TV. I was like, there she go, asking her, Mr. President, Mr. President.
I was like,
but I was watching
you
before Obama. See, I was watching you before Obama. I remember when you joined the Bushes. You was, hello. I was like, there she go.
Hello.
Are they going to ask her question? Are they going to let her ask? Please. There's one sister. Wait, I got to see if she going to get her question. She got a question. Did I tell you about, I did not know. Who would know after what? 8 years, 9 years, that I would sit there and be at a meeting with you, with the president of the United States, and you looking at me crazy.
But let me say this to you, and I'm saying this with all sincerity. Who would know that meeting and me looking at you like, Harpo, who the hell is this woman? And you pulling I mean, I'm serious. That was the craziest moment I've ever seen in my life. And I wish there was a video. It probably, no, I mean, I said, I wish there was a video.
No. Remember, he kept, let me tell y'all, that's why I'm telling y'all got to get the book, because it's stuff in there about that meeting. And it's other stories. But remember, I kept cracking jokes.
Yes. And you were winking at me. I was like, who the hell is this? I said, Harpo, who is this woman? I was like, I didn't know who Lonnie was. But let me say this to you. Who would think years later from that meeting, we got to know each other? And Lonnie has been a woman, and this is one thing, with all jokes aside, she might joke, but she also looks at the bigger picture. And for us as people who are underserved, who have a lack of information, she wants us to know, even on the show that she's on. She's the one who pushed for me to be on, just be a guest. And damn it, wasn't I a guest, but I wound up co-host. Girl, I'm like, hey.
We needed some brains in there. Because we all fools. We like, can you please have April come on so we can.
That was so much fun. And it's like, you know, and it's, you just, I say this to say, you never know who will be that person that's in the ditch with you. You know, and you always got to treat people with kindness and respect. Because my mother used to always say, the same people you see going up, you see them going down.
Let them know.
And who knew? I mean, and even though I was like, Harpo, who this woman? Because she was acting like she lost her damn mind. But I was like, I said, okay. And I kept asking, I said, well, who is she? And they were like, well, you know. I said, well, who is she? Because she was grabbing President Obama. Here's your birthday. Take a picture with. Oh, then she said, she shoved the book at him. She shoved the book at him and said, come here, take a picture with me.
Take your opportunity.
Take a picture.
You have to take your opportunity. opportunity, April. That's
You
like, I'm
did.
trying to pull it up right now. You have to take your opportunity. That's what I'm saying. And the thing was, I knew I could get away with it because I was a comedian and I didn't have any malice. You know, it was just, and the thing is, President Obama was such a he gets it. He has a great sense of humor, so
A
he
dry
gets
sense
it.
of humor. Very
Wait a minute, I
dry.
gotta find. I cut you out. Just me, because I was trying to.
Yolanda, it was
But that's
Yolanda
Obama.
Adams was there.
Oops,
It was
that's
me.
my college
Yeah,
picture.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was me, you, Yolanda. I think Yolanda Adams was in there. Yeah, because
Yep.
everybody wanted to go into the over Ricky Smile. Yeah, because I was on
With
the
me,
end.
I was really trying to push them all out the way. I was trying my best. I was like, "Ooh,
Yeah.
please move." I'm trying to get close. To Al Sharpton, Ricky Smiley had a fit when we were done with the meeting. We went right outside the gate and we just started praise dancing, me and Ricky. And then Ricky said, "Do you realize what you just did? Do you realize? Do you
But
realize?"
remember, he kept saying, "Y'all need to go in the meeting." Y'all see now I can kind of talk about it because it was off the record then, but now the president, he's like, "Y'all need to go somewhere and roll up your sleeves and go to the post office." Remember, he was talking about the post, be with the people. It was funny, but it was sincere, it was real. And that might have been the first time I met Ricky too.
Yeah, that probably was, because then once I did that, and thank you to Cafe Mocha. The reason why I was invited to the meeting was because of my radio show, Cafe Mocha Radio. It plays on Sirius XM. It plays on all of the mostly black stations. But because I met her, then I got on the reel. Then once the first season that we got on the reel, I got an invite by this woman to come and do the show. Come to the White House.
That's
We
right,
was
Michelle
in the
Obama.
look. Y'all can't see it real good, but it's tears in my eyes. When I met Michelle Obama, I was like, she smells so good. Ooh, she smelled. Ooh, and her hair was all soft as Johnny Wright was doing her hair, and she was just. And I was like, oh my God. And
Doesn't
to
she have an
me,
elegance about her? She has such a stately elegance about her.
oh my God, she's so classy. Right. And you know what she said to me? This is we're about to interview her on the reel.
And this is all in the book. This is all in the book.
This is in the book.
To change so you don't have to.
Right. This is in the book. That's what I'm saying. It's wonderful stories. But she said to me, enjoy this because you may not be here, after this for a long time. And I was like, I got you, sis. I got you.
And so those words, I mean, no true words ever been said before.
Ever been said. And it's just my whole point is I just want people to understand this is a modest person that I am it's unbelievable to be able to come, I get emotional because to come from where I am,
I'm giving you a hug right now. I get it. And I know you're genuine. Because I've seen, when you did Essence and everything, girl, you know what? The ancestors wanted you there. You are the hope and dream of the slave. You are opening doors for so many. Your differences of making room for people. You are the epitome of what Shirley Chisholm said. If you don't have a seat at the table, bring the folding chair. Girl.
That's right.
Your folding chair is now permanent and you own that daggone table.
Oh my God. You know what? And it's just, I just want to encourage and inspire people. I want people to know that you can come with nothing and not know anybody. You don't have to have the connections. You can it's just God will guide you, but you have to believe that God will guide you. And there's so many examples in this book where I didn't think. There was a time when I was homeless. There was a time where I had quit my job as an engineer, and then I thought I was going to be this star, and then we got Soul Plane, and then Soul Plane got bootlegged, and we made no money off, and then you have to go back to zero, and you don't have no money. I was like, it's so many stories in there, and it's really the thing that I want. If you don't remember anything, the people that's watching this, journal your journey. Journal, get you a book, get you a little notepad, And if you don't have a diary, get your little notepad, get you some pieces of paper, and start jotting down what is happening in your life right now. If you wake up in the morning, you want to do it, or before you go to bed at night, or in the middle of the day. Because this is the thing, April, we don't journal our history. We're letting other people tell our history.
That's
And we
right.
have to stop it, especially women. You have to journal. You have to understand your history. This is historic what's happening. This hasn't happened in 100 years, a pandemic. So when they look back on this, are we going to let them tell our stories, or are we going to tell our stories? We're going to tell them that, Black men are still getting shot. Black men are still being beat up. You have sisters that are getting shot. That is part of history, but how do we handle it? So it's important to journal. Even if you just start doing a couple of sentences a day or in the middle of the night, please do that. Because people are telling our history.
And that's what I did for my books. I was journaling, and I've been going through a lot of stuff. I'm still trying to move stuff. I moved about almost 2 years ago now, and I'm still trying to go through stuff, and I'm finding old journals. So it's like, wow. And my mother used to say, when you journal, and if you say things that you want, you go back 6 months or 2 years later, and you see how God worked in your life.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That's the point. Because a lot of people say, a lot of people turn and they'll be like, oh, go to therapy. And there's nothing wrong with therapy.
Nothing at all.
You will understand that sometimes you look back and you see where God has taken you, or maybe you can see that there was a problem and that problem reoccurs. You go back and see how you handled it. So it's just important to understand that. So, and I just want people to, if you don't get anything else, start journaling, start chronicling your life.
So I want to say this before we go any further. The Obama Chicks book, I see you. They said, hi, April, we'll need to interview you for my book on Obama and women. They're watching this. I hope you're getting more. DM me. But see, look at this. You got Lonnie all upset because that was history. We saw history. And it's wonderful to say that you've been a part of history and you were around history makers and made a mark. I mean, that moment, Lonnie, will be in the Obama Library forever. They are chronicling that stuff. And it's just amazing when you look back over, because I mean, it's so interesting when you come from humble beginnings and when you have your head and your mindset in the right place. You're just like thankful, grateful versus, this is what I'm owed, or it's not like
no, it's about us working. But the thing about Black women though, April, we are magnificent. We work so hard, and it's just like someone like you being a mother, being a daughter. You have worked so hard, and to see you, continue to do what you do, but you represent us. That is awesome. It's more than Black girl magic. It's like, to me, it's woman wonderment, and that's what you keep doing. So that's why I'm just proud. I'm proud that, we have developed a friendship, because I think that it's important that positive sisters support positive sisters. And that's what you do all the time. Oh, so every time I see you on CNN, I said, there she go. There she go.
Well, thank you. And I'm so proud of you. And even in those boxes, I'm like, they're making it work. They're making it work. That show is hot. I think it's amazing. And I want you guys to continue. And working with you guys has been amazing. But I want you guys to continue. And I love the fact that there are women, there are women of color who come from different walks of life and come at things different ways. Because sometimes we learn from other people. It may not be smooth, but sometimes tension or a little grit makes it a little bit more spicy and makes it better, makes the soup better. So
I also explain in the book why they developed the reel, and we just finished the 6th season of it, and we're waiting to see what's going to happen for the 7th season, because with all of this is happening, none of the studios are open.
I know.
People don't understand.
How hard is it? How hard is it?
Hang on to as much money as you can hang on to. That's what I'm gonna say. Hang on to as much money as you can hang on to. But buy my book first, then say the rest of your life.
All right, so
it's on sale. Okay. But no, the thing is that what people don't understand is that we're all independent contractors. So the studios aren't open. Over 1 million people are out of work over here. And
A
it's going to
million
affect us.
people.
A
A million.
million people. My wigs are still at the studio.
And our wig lady Robbie is on. Hey Robbie, she said,
Hey, Robbie.
and your wigs. She said, and your wigs.
They still, I think I got a couple because what happened was when we left, it was like our 5-week hiatus. So I thought we were going to come right back in 5 weeks. Didn't come back. So
you
you
can't
can't
get
even
into
get
the
in the
lot to
studio.
get your wigs either.
They won't. The studio is closed. I drove by there and they was like, homie, you can't walk up in there. They like, no. All of our stuff is still at the studio, and all the
I'm gonna tell you
studios
a
closed.
secret about the wigs too. So Robbie's on here. Hey Robbie, Robbie's on here. So Lonnie sometimes doesn't even know what hair she's gonna wear, each day, and she'll see Robbie say, Robbie, give me that wig. She'll take Robbie's wig off her
I
head.
sure will.
And
That's
then
her.
you see her, yeah. I'm like, and Robbie's like, okay.
She just, shout out to Robbie. She's the one that gave me my hair looks, and I think that is important. When people understand, we on TV every day. We get up at 4 a.m. in the morning. We sleepy, we tired. Robbie has been nominated for a Emmy. So congratulations, and makeup and our wardrobe has been nominated. So it's just great to see that they're getting their flowers. It's well deserved. They worked so hard to make that show happen. So yeah. I was happy that they got the nomination.
Yeah, my cousin Karen, the vice chair of the National Board of the
What's up, Karen?
She said, I need Robbie. Every friend of mine, she wants to commandeer. In her head, she thinks everyone is her best friend. And
so she's so cool. Karen is cool. We love Karen. We love the work that she does.
I'm like, can I have a friend by myself?
No. We love you. Just have good people around you. That's what happened. When you have good people around you, April, you got to share them.
But you know what? I love her to death. And that's what I'm saying. Good women who are real. She comes from Harlem. Good people who come from humble beginnings, or just women who want to see others accept. It's no cattiness here. It's no
No.
And I'm sure you have that in your business. I mean, you're on the road. You're with people. You're with a lot of comedians. You're with a lot of reality show stars who are in that realm. But but you know, how do you make it work and just keep it going and just stay faithful over your things, over the little things?
I just try to stay away from things that make me feel bad. I really do. And I'm really trying to concentrate right now. It's a pandemic. It's not even about me. It's about trying to help people out there, because I'm going to be okay. But people that are less fortunate, if I can help them, we try to work. I work at the LA Food Bank. Then, I do the quarantine with Lonnie to try to keep people's mind, off of it for about an hour. We do the talent show on Saturdays. We're doing all type of, fundraising events. And so it's just important to me that we, try to help each other at this point, because it's not about me. I'll be okay. You know what I mean? I've been homeless, so this ain't nothing for me. If I gotta go sleep in my car, I go sleep in my car again. I don't, but that's the type of mentality I have. I always had a mentality that maybe things won't, things necessarily won't always pan out, but I'm gonna be okay, because materials don't define me. Materials don't define me. I had a little small place. Well, it's bigger than what I thought I would be living in, and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? And I'm okay with me, but I'm worried about what's happening to our country. I'm worried what's happening to our brothers and sisters, and so I'm trying to help with my platform, show different things. That's why I work with Michelle Obama with When We All Vote, because the most important thing right now is voting and making sure people are registered to vote. So if I have a platform, I'm trying to make that platform extended so that people will have a place to get information. And that's what I'm worried about. I'm not worried about me.
You're absolutely right. We have to vote. And you hit on something about what we're going through. And on a serious note, Doug Wilder, former governor of the state of Virginia, said, when we are having economic issues, when our pocketbooks are attacked, paraphrasing, that's when that's when a lot of the racism comes out, because people feel like, well, I don't have, so I'm going to go against you or whatever. But what we're dealing with right now is too much. I've been waking up. I can't. It's been tough. My 12-year-old daughter today did a dance outside These Ain't Water Guns, that song.
Mm-hmm.
And she did a dance outside. And it just, we got to love y'all. We got to love one another. It's too much. And we can't do it anymore. George Floyd, that chick in Central Park, Ahmaud Arbery, it's too much. On top
Brianna, yeah,
Breonna Taylor, it's too much.
it is
It's
a
too
lot,
much.
and
And
it's funny that it hasn't changed. You know, it's like we thought, well, the pandemic would make people calm down a little bit.
We thought
Like,
heart would come out.
it's getting worse. It's like it's
getting
back to
worse.
back. It's back to back to back to back to back. Unbelievable. And that's why I tell people, you know what? I don't care what your economic status is. The one thing you do have, and I will keep saying it, is you have your vote. And that's the thing. If they didn't care about you voting, why would they work so hard so that you can't vote? They try to work so hard. They try to suppress your vote. That's why, because it's so important. So the DAs that's gonna, prosecute, like they didn't want to prosecute, you vote those people in on a local level. You vote the mayors, you vote the governors, all this other kind of stuff. It's not just the president. So we're trying to get that message out there of how important it is to register to vote. And then once you register, make sure you go out and vote. So because this is the only way change is going to happen. When you got these people in office that really are looking at justice and they're not being just with justice, we have to make a change. ...
While being Black. Insert whatever you want to insert while being Black. Karen, I know you're still watching. What is the hashtag again? What's the hashtag that the NAACP uses? Because I want you guys to use this hashtag. And she's going to post it in a minute because she's following us. But no, these are some serious times. And Lonnie, truth be told, I was watching your pieces, during Corona, at the beginning of Corona, and I was getting depressed. And our mutual friend, John Murray, was like, we need to take your mind off of that. And I started doing, I said, if it uplifts me, it's going to uplift others. And I said, there are 3 things to it: uplifting, how-tos, and information. Karen says, hashtag we are done dying. Hashtag we are done dying. That's what the NAACP is saying. Hashtag we are done dying. And I think we need to uplift one another. And this is not just this moment, but this is, once we get through this, whenever this happens, let's keep that spirit of togetherness. We need each other. And I'm supporting this sister in her book. I mean, I said, one of the reasons why I said I wanted Lonnie on is because right now, with the economy the way it is, people are not buying books. Okay. The publishing industry is having a hard time. And I said, I know if I had a book out right now, I want somebody lifting me up. I said, so let me go lift my sister up. She's lifted me up. And I said, let me go lift me some Lonnie up. And I lifted Bakari up the other day. I said, let me go lift Lonnie up. So we got this book, Lonnie Love. I tried to change so you don't have to. And I want you guys, yes, you can buy it everywhere online. We don't need you. Well, the brick and mortar, if you want to go to the brick and mortar, make sure you have a mask on.
But it's easier to just pre-order. It doesn't come out till June. Pre-order right now so you can get it. It's LonnieLoveBook.com. I appreciate it. And this is not really about me. It's about giving back to our community. Like I said, we do things like where, I'm just coming out of my pocket. They was talking about my quarantine toes because I had a picture of my quarantine toes. And so
you never show your toes.
I showed my toes. And I was like, I really need a pedicure. And I had over 2,000 comments. People was going in. So what I did was I took the 2,000. I said, I'm going to give $2,000 to the LA Food Bank. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just stuff that I feel like I can do to try to give back to our community.
No, I'll donate.
I do my toes now. Because
so my boyfriend, he had his toes. One day we were just sitting watching TV. We watching Sanford and Son. That's his favorite thing. I'm like, ugh.
I love Sanford and Son.
I was like, oh my God. So then he just lifted his foot. I was like, what? And I thought he wanted me to give him a foot massage. And I looked. I said, oh my God, those toes. You could have carved our initials in a tree. Those, I'm like, oh.
Why you ain't do his toes, April?
I did.
But how long did it take?
I was creative. But his so I said to him, I said, so I said, baby, since I did your toes, can you do my those things? I was like, ah!
He got you. He got you.
But I'm holding him to it. He is going to do my. Let me tell you, the nails were so long. I ain't never seen nails that long, and it looked like he could cut. It was. I was like, ooh.
You needed a chainsaw, huh?
Yeah, I said, does this toe hurt because this nail is going into that toe? He was like, no. But anyway, a whole nother story. But yeah, but that's a great thing. You know, a time of donating, a time of thinking of others, and it's just people are in need. You got. What is it? The new unemployment numbers are coming out very soon. Very soon. And you
already got 4 million people out of work. 40 million.
40 million. That's what has been chronicled already. What about those who were out before that, were in looking for a job at the time? There's going to be more. There are going to be more jobs lost. There are going to be jobs that are not going to be made up. They're saying 40% of the jobs lost will not be made up. So we got to really start thinking about reimagining what it's going to look like. They're saying we as people, you are an engineer. You are an engineer. They're saying we need to get on this stuff because this is the new delivery system. Technology. Honey, let me tell you something. Get your kids into this stuff. You get out of school, you make $93,000 right away in COVID. Mm-hmm. We need to do that. They said they need people in the medical field.
Well, it's about adjusting. You have to adjust because we're not going to go back to the same. Everybody think, oh, we'll be able to go. No. This is a contagious disease. Read up on it. Read up, and it's affecting Black and brown people more so than anybody. That's why they're busy trying to open up. It's affecting us more than it's affecting them. But that's the whole point. But we will never, this is going to linger. I mean, the thing is about every pandemic
until a vaccine.
Well, yeah, and proper tests and antibody tests, but every pandemic has always came out with something. So in 1918, during the pandemic, you came out with plumbing because that was the thing, sanitation and things like that. This one, I don't know. I think we're going to come out with more technology, more ways of doing things closer to our homes. But we will see, though. But every pandemic brings out something to change because I totally have lost all of my work for the summer, all of it. Every show that I had, live show, has been canceled. So that's like my whole summer is just done.
No summer vacations, no camps for kids.
No, right. And I said, even in the fall, we don't know what's going to happen with these shows because the studios aren't open yet. And then even if the studios are open, how are they going to have, are they going to have an audience? They can't have an audience. How are they going to have the table? We can't be sitting like this next to each other. We can't do that.
But how are you going to have your audience, right? Because your audience, you have a packed audience. They like to dance and they like to feel it.
Can't do that.
Yeah.
Everything is going to change. People are going to have to change. So things will not remain the same. People have to understand that.
What's going to happen, and Holly Robinson Pete and I had a conversation on IG Live, and I loved our conversation. And she was talking about even the love scenes are going to change.
No definitely.
Kissing, no more tongue. No.
Well, that's because... what's going to be big, though? I think what's going to come of this, too, is the drive-in. I think they're going to start making more drive-ins. You can do comedy shows. You can do concerts. You can do all of that. And everybody's in their car on the drive-in. But that's what I'm saying.
Events, open air, spaced out events.
Exactly. Yeah. But it has to be spaced out and things like that. But still, I would still wear a mask and stuff until we get vaccines and all that kind of stuff. So
how's it going to look like you up on stage wearing a mask telling a joke?
No, I wouldn't wear a mask because I'm going to be away from the audience because it travels up to 9 feet, supposedly.
But what about the people? Let me tell you something. I saw the thing where they had the little dummy. I don't trust that. Because I'm like 12, 13 feet. I'm like, I'm staying the heck away from you. But what about the people the roadies, the people who are on stage with you and stuff? How because once you finish,
they're gonna first of all, from what I've been reading, they're gonna be temperature checking everybody.
But that's not always good.
I'm just
Some
telling you
people are
what they
asymptomatic.
saying.
I
I'm
know.
telling you what they're saying. For studios, they're going to temperature check everybody. They're going to have to retrofit all the studios where there's no door handles, but there's push, like you have to do a footstool and push open all the doors. They're going to have skeleton crews, where it's only a certain amount of crew members at a time. That's what I'm saying. Everything's going to change. They're going to have to redesign, which is a lot of money.
So look, what about Broadway? Broadway is a whole, that they're opening in January.
I mean, you already in them little Broadway theater seats from 1912, and you like this, you just like, ooh, okay.
How am I gonna watch Hamilton now? Alexander Hamilton. I mean, what?
They're gonna have to retrofit the seats and space out the seats.
And that means the tickets are already $5,000 a piece. And it's gonna be like 5 people in the theater at a time. Whoo.
They can retrofit and they'll figure out a way, or they could put plexiglass. Plexiglass is doing a big thing. You know how they put plexiglass in all of the stores now, so that it's like a shield. There was a casino out here in
plexiglass for like 2 seats here, 3 seats there,
and put plexiglass. I mean, they let me tell you, April, they figuring out ways. Because one thing about America, they love to make money. And right now, they ain't making a lot of money. So they will figure out kind of ways, because my friend went to the casino. They opened up one of the casinos in Palm Springs. They said they took their temperature to come in and said it was plexiglass between the machines. They ain't going to win no money on the machines because they got to pay for all of that.
So remember at the machines, okay, so I'm telling my business. I'm a penny slot girl. I was in Vegas and I won, was it $1,600 off a penny slot? So all I did is just, yeah, girl, I know. Let me tell you, but I played like the highest, the max on the penny slot. So anyway, so I would go slide over to the next bar stool. You can't do that anymore.
I'm telling you, things are not going to go back to normal. I mean, even the children. That's who I'm most concerned for, is how the schools are going to handle this. Because if a parent is sick and then a child it's all kind of scenarios. So we really have to have a plan, and we have to have a national plan. It needs to be taken serious. And that's, anybody listening, take this seriously. Because it is, we should be allowed to have a good life and live a long life, and not, we should have a plan to help deter this. And we don't have adequate testing. You don't have a vaccine. We don't really know how it travels. It's so many unknowns right now. And it's not even about just staying up in the house. It's just this blatant disregard. I'm going to just be in the pool anyway. It ain't nothing but a bad cold. It's more than a bad cold. It really, really is.
Your diabetes will be exacerbated. Your blood pressure, you're getting blood clots. You got pneumonia. It's crazy. This thing takes lives. And I just did a news story today on this Gallup poll talking about how this is the political divide is showing. You have more Republicans who feel that this is not as lethal as Democrats do. Mm-hmm. And just listen to the story, because I don't even want to get into all of that, but this is about health to me. I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not about blue or red.
It's not about politics. Health. It's really about health. And I wish that they would put more healthcare workers. I wish that they would actually go into hospitals more, so people could actually see the suffering, mm-hmm. because they get all quiet about that. And it's like, it's still a contagious disease. We're almost at 100,000 deaths. This is something serious. It is.
And someone just said causes strokes. Guys, I'm so thankful all of you tuned in. And
thank you, guys.
But we got a few more minutes. We're not done. I want to milk every moment I have with you, because you're an amazing woman, and I want to give my flowers to you.
Thank you.
And just thank you publicly. And I do that, but I want to thank you publicly. I think you're amazing. And whatever moment in life you are, I embrace it, and everybody embraces. We support you. And I also want to ask you, because you post him all the time, how is James?
He is excellent. He went to go see his mom today. She's in a nursing facility. They did open it up, but only by appointment. So he had to make an appointment. He hadn't seen her. He just hasn't been able to see her because she's in a nursing home. So he went down there to see her, but he's doing excellent. Okay. Thank you for asking.
Cousin Karen wants to know about Ashley Stewart. Okay, Karen, she's my producer of my show. Go ahead.
Ashley Stewart, you guys, you got to help Ashley Stewart out. Of course, all of the stores was closed, so 50% of their income is from online, and we really need people to shop online. I only work with brands that are going to help us in our communities. And Ashley Stewart does that. They give out scholarships to women. They also have something called the Finding Miss Ashley Stewart event, which gives scholarships to young women, also a pageant show. All of that probably will not happen because it happens in September, but we're doing some stuff online. You have the Lonnie Love collection of clothes, but they have fabulous clothes for us. But they've been doing so much in our communities with the brick and mortar stores that they employ women. They're still they're still paying the employees, and it's just so hard for them. So
and your clothes are amazing. Your dresses, your outfits are amazing.
Thank you. So if you just buy one thing to help them out, really, because they've been helping out our community so much. Really, they have.
So guys, before we go, because it's getting ready to count us down, I tried to change so you don't have to. True life lessons. I want you to go so Lonnie can make the New York Times bestsellers list. Go to Mahogany Books online. It's a Black-owned bookstore. They report to the New York Times bestsellers list. Keep buying those books for Lonnie. You did it for me, for Bakari. Let's do it for Lonnie. I'm so into our authors. Because they treat us differently than they treat everybody else.
Yeah,
and they do. And it's not easy writing a book. And then it just takes one publisher to say yes. And I'm so happy you got 2 books, girl. A lot of people can't even get one. And you did it. I appreciate that. And for our sorors, we got to do the mid. We got to do the mid. Ooh, ooh. There we go. For those of you who don't know what that is, we are members of the greatest sorority incorporated. Delta Theta Sorority Incorporated. And so ladies, to all our sorors, they were like, hey, sorors, we didn't forget you. So Lonnie, in our last few minutes remaining, what do you want to say to people?
I just want to say thank you guys for tuning in to April and I. It warms my heart that people care enough to listen. And also remember what I told you, to make sure you journal, make sure you take care of yourselves, make sure that you take care of your children, try to think positive, and let's just breathe. Everybody take a deep breath. Hold it, exhale. One more time, inhale, exhale. Do that every day. Make sure you breathe every day. Thank you so much, April.
I appreciate you. I love you. Robbie just said, don't cry. Well, girl, it's too late. We all cried. So guys, here are the things I want you to do. Watch The Real every day. Support the sisters, people who look like us, people who talk about us, people who know us and our issues right now, because there are a lot of them on the table. Buy this book. I tried to change so you don't have to. Lonnie Love. And guys, go find Soul Plane on real streaming, not bootleg, so she can make some money.
So I get $6 more.
$6 more, yeah. So, guys, I so appreciate Lonnie. And Lonnie, for everything that you've done for me, this is just a small piece of my thank you, and just to support you, just to say I love you. I appreciate who you are. I appreciate what you have done. I appreciate what you are to me. And I thank you for our experiences. You make me laugh. And those are experiences. It's like every time I see Lonnie, Barack Obama and twirling in front of Diana Ross. And, and I so appreciate you. And I think your heart is so big. People just don't know. And you are an amazing woman. And I just wish nothing but blessings on you in the midst of this and beyond.
And well wishes to you, my love. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, everybody.
Bye, Lonnie.
Bye,
Everyone, I'll
April.
see you tomorrow night. I'm going to have Mary Frances Berry on. We're going to talk us. Guys, love you, Lonnie. Bye, guys.
Love you, April.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.